Hey everyone, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather. Let me make sure my mic is on. Let's see, I think it is. All right. Hey, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Williamson County, and it's for that storm that many of you have been experiencing there in Franklin. This is down just southeast of Franklin now along 840, and this is a severe thunderstorm that has pretty gusty winds with it. 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible. Penny-size hail also possible with it. The hail reports haven't been very big, but the wind reports, we've been seeing some pretty good wind reports with this as far as trees possibly down and that kind of thing there. But the reports we've been getting as far as hail have been relatively small, although the radar is indicating that the core of this storm is actually pretty tall and could be producing some decent hail, and it might get even more decent as time goes on. So hail possible there around Page High School along 840 there in Williamson County, and most of that is east of I-65 now. So hail possible there along areas along, let's see, that's going to be Paytonsville Road, and along areas like Long Lane, and over there to the east, Goosey Hill Road, Paytonsville Trinity Road, and Arno out that direction. So that is kind of where this storm is right now. New radar scan just came in, and heaviest rain and possibly some hail there around Paytonsville. Yeah, it looks like radar is indicating some hail right there around Paytonsville Road, and right there near the exit to Paytonsville on 840. So would not be at all surprised to see hail out of that, and at the very least, some strong winds. And here's a look at our velocity data. The velocity data is not great with this storm because the storm is heading at an angle to the radar that's really not helpful as far as velocity readings go. And we don't have TBNA radar right now because it's down. So we're a little bit limited as far as our velocity data, but we were getting some reports out of Franklin that there was a little bit of tree damage, maybe some wires down, that kind of thing, and some extremely heavy rain. So no doubt this looks to be a severe thunderstorm right now. It is east of Franklin, and you can kind of see the polygon here, and it shouldn't be Williamson County's issue for much longer. It looks like this thing is now east of I-65, right around 840, and it's continuing to push off to the southeast. College Grove is in the path of this. So College Grove, right around the 31A, 41A split there in southeastern Williamson County, and then the left fork there goes down through College Grove. The right one goes down through Eagleville. Allisona, those areas right there are in the path of the storm. So expect 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Expect some potentially large hail, penny-sized hail, maybe even quarters as the storm continues to grow. And that's not any fun to drive through there on 840. So we're going to watch that as it moves off to the east. Let's check hail one more time. Looks about the same right there in Rutherville, Page High School, Paytonsville. Looks like the possibility of some hail falling there. No tornado concerns with this. This is not wrapping up. This is not a tornadic storm. I really don't have any concerns there with a tornado in Williamson County. This is a classic textbook severe thunderstorm that we get this time of year. And very tall storm, very strong storm. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail possible there in Williamson County. So this is east of I-65 now. We do have some more storms still back to the west of I-65, back there in Hickman County. And we've been having storms all day up in Davidson County and western Williamson County. Those have died off a little bit. And still we're down to just some thunderstorms back further to the west in Hickman County. Not real sure if those will affect us or if they'll die off and not be our problem. But we'll have to see if they survive all the way over to Williamson County. But this one here certainly has been strong a good part of the day and a good part of the afternoon, rather, and has been plowing through Franklin and southeastern Williamson County. So could have some quarter-size hail with this. The storm has grown since the warning was issued. Penny-size hail is what they were talking about in the warning. Would not be surprised if that gets a little bit larger. as the storm grows and continues to move to the southeast. And right now, the core of the storm is right over Paytonsville, really right over Paytonsville Trinity Road, Rutherville, 840 Arno, and that's right there off of, or right there around Arno Road, Laurel Cove, and Udaly Covington Road. That looks to be where the core of the storm is, heading toward College Grove. All right, let me check the weather service here and see if they are updating anything here as far as any updates to the warning. Yeah, it looks like some limbs, some trees, some limbs down. And the updraft of the storm is continuing to strengthen. So very healthy storm here. And this is, again, there's our new radar scan. Right there around 840 and down to the southeast. So College Grove is starting to get noisy there. There's a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with this. So a lot of cloud-to-ground strikes around Page High School, Rutherville, right along 840. And down Udaly Covington Road, Arno, College Grove, coming into College Grove, a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with it. So it's going to be a noisy storm. You want to be out of the pool, out of the yard, off the golf course. Anything you're doing outside. A lot of folks out cutting hay this time of year. You definitely want to be out of the fields and all that kind of stuff with this coming through. So don't take shelter under a tree. Definitely be in a good covered shelter as this comes through. Preferably inside an actual structure such as a house or a business, something like that. So it's going to be a strong one. This is a good strong storm, and the dangers with it are going to be lightning, strong gusty winds if you are near any trees, if you're driving near any trees, anything like that. It's best just stay away from the trees while this blows through. Let it blow through, let it be done, and then venture out. So a lot of lightning with it, a lot of wind with it, and still seeing the possibility of some hail with it. And that's going to be mostly around Page High School, Rutherville, Arno, and then eventually over to College Grove here in just a little bit. It looks like we're getting some reports of some pea-sized hail there at 840 Paytonsville Trinity Road. And that's not surprising whatsoever there. So radar indicating that hail's a good possibility there in southeastern Williamson County. So, severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. This is going to be in effect until 2 p.m., so another 15 minutes on the warning. And at that point, it should be shifting over into Rutherford and Marshall County and down even into Bedford County. And so that should be the end of our storm for Williamson County for a while. And so that'll leave a bunch of us with power outages, maybe some trees, limbs down, that kind of thing. It's been a hefty storm this afternoon there in Williamson County. We weren't really expecting severe weather today. Most of the severe weather threat is down to the south. If you've seen Storm Prediction Center maps today, you've seen that most of the severe weather threat, and even a low-end threat at that, really was south of Williamson County, but not by a lot. And, as we say, the storms really don't care where the lines are drawn on a map. They're just, the storms are concerned about the ingredients. And if the ingredients are there locally, you can get a severe thunderstorm that pops up. And that's kind of what we've got here. So, really not that unusual this time of year and with the setup that we have outside today. So here we are, and we just got to deal with a nice summer, strong to severe thunderstorm that blows through here. And then it should be out of here pretty quickly. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with this. I mean, this thing's popping a lot of lightning, really all the way from Page, Rutherville, Arno, on down to College Grove. So a lot of lightning with it. It's a very electrical storm, and these are cloud-to-ground strikes. So, we're not just talking about lightning up in the clouds. It's no big deal. These are cloud-to-ground strikes, and definitely a danger if you're outside in the College Grove area down there. Let's check the chat. Let's see here if we've got any questions. Saying you didn't get any warnings in Wilson, because Wilson's not under any warnings, actually. So you're good. All right. Cool. Let me check with the Weather Service one more time here. And it looks like just some scattered reports of some trees, power lines, stuff like that down. New radar scan in. Arno, it's your turn to get in on the rain and hail. Looks like hail probably falling there around Arno College Grove Road and Arno Allisona Road. This is out in that area of Williamson County, southeastern Williamson County, where it seems like all the roads have two names. So you have Arno College Grove, you have Paytonsville Arno, you have Udaly Covington. It's kind of out in that area, Arno Allisona Road. So it's kind of out in that area if you're familiar with that area. Beautiful part of Williamson County, but they're getting a big storm right now. So the purples you see on radar are generally where we would see the hail. Trinity, nothing for Trinity. Yeah, Trinity is going to be on up in the northern part of this warning, and the worst of the storm is definitely south of Trinity. So looks like most of the storm bypassed Trinity down to the south and stayed south of Highway 96. So here's our storm down here. Strongest part of the storm is going to be south of 840 and appears to stay south of 840 from this point forward, although still could get some pretty good lightning strikes up around Arrington, Nestledown Farms, Page High School, Triune, up there around the four-way, well, I still call it the four-way stop. It's got a red light now. The intersection there in Triune. And then you go further down, you get to the 31A, 41A split. Right there at the split, you've got that gas station, you got Bonnie's Barnyard and the Airsoft place there. College Grove's a little further down, and the further south you go toward Allisona, right there around College Grove to Allisona, really that's where we're looking at the strongest part of the storm coming through. And that's where the lightning is the heaviest right now. And really a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning from Allisona, Holtz Corner, College Grove, up and down 31A, 41A there, which is Horton Highway, Nolensville Road, and would not be surprised at all to have hail across the highway there here in just a little bit as this goes through. Let's see. What other questions do we have? How about Northeast Davidson? Donaldson Hermitage. Let's back out just a little bit. Let's kind of take a wide view for a second. All right. So the good news is that it looks like once the storms come through, generally we see a weakening trend in the other cells in the area. So you had some storms up in Davidson County earlier. Those kind of blew through. They fell apart. That was earlier this morning. And really this morning, Davidson County was one of the earliest places to see some of those storms today. And those sort of fell apart, and then they were gone, and things have kind of shifted south. So things are looking pretty good up there in the Donaldson Hermitage area. Most of the action now is south of I-40 and really in Williamson County right now. So things look pretty good up in Davidson County. I can't promise you that nothing will form this afternoon up there, but it looks like we had a lot of the energy was taken away up there by the storms earlier today. So the action now is definitely down here in southeastern Williamson County. All right. Let's go over to western Williamson County here and take a look at these storms back in Hickman County. They're kind of getting going. There's kind of a boundary back in there that's kind of sparking off these storms. And we're going to have to watch and see if the storms in northern Hickman County, these up here, if they hold together as they get toward Williamson County. I don't know if they will. They could fall apart before they get there. They may grow and then become a problem for Boston, Smarten, Greenbrier, Spring Hill, areas back there in western Williamson County. I don't know if they'll hold together. But they've just now kind of gotten going in northern Hickman County. So we'll keep an eye on those. we're not really just expecting a big severe weather outbreak today. So we kind of hope and anticipate maybe this is sort of an isolated event, this strong storm near College Grove. So strongest winds right now, and again, there's a bad angle on the radar. So the radar it's just not gonna, because of the way the radar works, it's not gonna have a good read on the velocities here. But if we had to guess, it looks like the strongest winds now are coming into College Grove, stretching on up to Patterson Road and 840, and on down here to Allisona, toward Arno-Allisona Road, Cross Keys, and then on down to Holt's Corner. So had to guess, that's probably where I would say the strongest winds are. A little tough to see now here where exactly that is. Looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning coming out. That's going to be further downstream from this one. It'll include parts of Williamson County, and that's coming up here, and that'll be in effect until 2:15. So we'll see another polygon pop up here, it appears. For a severe thunderstorm warning, it'll include Bedford, Marshall, Rutherford, and Williamson. So we'll see another polygon here in just a minute. So storm appears to be maintaining its strength and could be dropping some hail, some heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and could be pretty windy under there too around College Grove. So if you have any reports to send us, we would love to know. There's our new polygon. We would love to know if you have any damage, if you have anything that we need to report to the Weather Service that they need to know about. Send us any reports you have using hashtag TSpotter on Twitter, and that would be very helpful for us. So we're getting some reports around Franklin. Some trees down, kind of some of those landscape trees that you have in subdivisions, getting some reports and pictures of those being snapped and that kind of thing. So that was in Franklin. So yeah, pretty strong storm, pretty big gust of wind there in areas of south and southeast Franklin. All right, so here's our new polygon. Let's back out just a tad and show kind of where that is. This is going to cover, again, right where our storm is in southeastern Williamson County, basically from Page High School and Bethesda off to the southeast. So it does include College Grove. It does include Allisona. It does include Cross Keys and the Comstock Road area, Flat Creek, and down to Holt's Corner down there in Marshall County. And so that's where this new warning is, and it will be in effect. It takes the place of the old warning that expires at 2 o'clock here in about 5 minutes and carries it on down to the southeast and follows the storm down on into Rutherford, Bedford, and Marshall counties as we go through the next half hour or so. So the storm remains severe as it comes into College Grove, and the possibilities here, we're looking at the possibility of 1-inch hail. We're looking at 60 mile per hour wind gusts. They're calling for penny size hail here in the warning. So hail may not reach quarter size, which would be all right with us. So penny size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible there in the storm around College Grove. All right, so David is over on Twitter. He's tweeting for us this afternoon, and Will is taking your reports. So be sure to send those. Any pictures you have of damage around Franklin or other parts of Williamson County, especially interested in places around Arno and College Grove over the next few minutes. So if you have any damage down in there, use hashtag TSpotter and let us know, let the Weather Service know using that method that you had some damage. A picture is great just so we can see sort of what happened there, the condition of the tree that fell or whatever happened. Any hail pictures you have, something like that, let us know, and we'll get that over to the Weather Service. That's very useful and helpful for them. But also include the location where you are. So Tricia here sent in a report on TSpotter, and she sent that report from Sullivan Farm, so subdivision there in Franklin, and that's helpful to us, so to know where you are. All right, so latest radar scan that's just come in. Looks like the storm, maybe the hail has come down a little bit. It looks like the purples have gone away. a little bit, and that's good. We'll definitely take that. The less purples in a storm here, that's a good thing. So, not saying it's weakening, but it doesn't look to be strengthening at the moment as it crosses over into Rutherford County. Let's see here. No power for a while now in Sullivan Farms. All right. Yeah, it looks like Sullivan Farms got hit pretty hard. That's up here in fact, there it is on our map. That's in southeast Franklin there, kind of between Columbia Pike and Lewisburg Pike. So it looks like they got it pretty bad there. All right, so about another 5 or 10 minutes, I think, and this storm will be really a Rutherford County problem and down into Bedford County and maybe parts of Marshall. But Spring Hill's still getting some heavy rain, especially the neighborhoods over on the east side, all the way over to Bethesda, Duplex Road. And thought I heard rain at my place. It's like, that can't be right. No. So, rain's still in Spring Hill. Looking pretty good, though, in other areas around both counties. So Davidson looking pretty good. Some sprinkles off in the west part of Davidson County and some sprinkles over in the western part of Williamson County. I'd probably still be careful in Fairview. There's that storm out there west in Hickman County. Yeah, I'd probably keep an eye on that in case it starts throwing some lightning. But for sure, really down in Spring Hill, Thompson Station, Boston, Bethesda, Eagleville, College Grove, up to the south parts of Nolensville. I'd probably be careful about being outside with the the lightning threat down there. Definitely a lot of lightning going on. So College Grove taking it on the chin, and this storm hopefully will get on out of here over the next 5 or 10 minutes. Hail sizes appear to have come down. Not seeing as much in the way of hail there. Hail sizes appear to come down. Hopefully what that means is, I'm going to go up in the atmosphere here and take a look at it. Hopefully what that means is the storm is losing some of its punch. And I think it is. I think it is. I'm looking up here at about 38,000 feet. This is at about 38,000 feet. And you see back here when it was in Franklin, it was really building. We had the reds up here around Paytonsville. That's around 38,000 feet. Storm was building pretty good. It looks like it's getting a lot more scattered now. So I would expect this storm to weaken as it moves into Rutherford County. Hopefully we've seen the worst of it, and it's gonna start coming down. So that's my guess. I think the storm will probably lose a little bit of steam, and that'd be all right. Question about Rue. I don't think that this storm's going to be, well, I mean, it might take aim at Bonnaroo. I mean, if it holds together, what I think is happening is there's a boundary here. In fact, I know there is. There's a boundary here right along southern Williamson County, and that's what's been driving this storm and giving it fuel. So this storm's been getting its fuel from this boundary that's kind of draped from Murfreesboro down to Spring Hill and back toward Hohenwald. So, in fact, it's pretty clear to see where it is. So there's this boundary here, and it's sinking to the southeast, and storms are firing up along it. So, yeah, I think, as that boundary sort of sags down to the south and southeast, I think there could be some storms that form over Coffee County later this afternoon. and definitely something to watch for. So will this specific storm, and will it be severe, and will it be the exact same conditions we had in Williamson County, down there in Coffee County? It's really too early to tell. But yeah, there's definitely a threat of some storms down there through this afternoon. Let's see what other questions we got. Andrew says, any hail so far? Yeah, we've had some small hail reports. There's been up here in Williamson County, there's been some pea-size hail around Franklin. We've seen maybe just a little bit bigger than that as well, but really nothing much bigger than pea-size. Let's back out just a little bit again. Yeah, it's pretty clear to see what's going on. So pretty much everybody up in Davidson County, and really most of Williamson County, is looking pretty good right now. And most of the weather here is going to be south of I-40 as far as the thunderstorms and that kind of thing. So most of the storms have weakened, fallen apart. Not a big issue anymore up in Davidson County. See how they just kind of fizzled in Cheatham County, just fell apart. So that's kind of what we're looking at up there. All right, so here's where we are on this severe thunderstorm that is down in southeastern Williamson County. We have a warning that's in effect until 2:45, and this warning is for 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. I'm sorry, it's in effect till 2:15. It's in effect till 2:15, so about another 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes. And so 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail are possible with it. I tend to think that the hail sizes have come down in the past 10 minutes. Here's our hail view here, and you can kind of see we're losing the oranges and yellows, and I think the main updraft of the storm has weakened on the Williamson County side. It might be ticking up again over in the Rutherford County side. So if you're watching us from over in Rutherford County, Murfreesboro area, looks like the updraft is getting going again up here in the just west of town, out toward Rockvale overall, and Windrow Road area. So it looks like up in the atmosphere, the updraft is kind of getting going again up there just west of Murfreesboro. Could see the storm get stronger there, and we're seeing a lot of lightning over there in Rutherford County, right around that area. So that's south of Murfreesboro Road, Highway 96 there. And so would anticipate an uptick in the storm strength over there. I think the storm for Williamson County, the worst of it, has moved off to the east and is not nearly as big of an issue anymore for Williamson County as it is for Rutherford County and down toward Bedford County. So that's kind of where we stand right now. And again, it looks to be kind of moving out of Williamson County. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump off of YouTube Live because I believe the threat of the strongest part of the storm has moved into Rutherford County. And I know it may be raining hard there in College Grove. It looks like the hail threat has generally moved off to the east. Could have maybe some strong gusty winds there on the far corner of Williamson County, Taliaferro Road. But I don't think I think most of the wind and the hail has moved off to the east. So we're going to jump off of YouTube Live. The severe thunderstorm warning continues until 2:15, and then that will expire and likely just affect areas over into Rutherford County. But if you do have some reports to send us, trees down, anything like that, send those to us using hashtag TSpotter, and we'll get that over on Twitter. A picture is great if you can do that safely, and let us know where you are, and we'll get that information over to the Weather Service if you have any tree damage, any hail pictures, anything like that, any wind damage, and we'll pass it on to the Weather Service. So y'all have a great afternoon, and we'll keep you updated over on the Tweeter.